If you're here, you probably already know that Telechron cranked out these really great clocks that were made out of glass and had a mirrored backing on them. So there's a whole number of them. I'm holding right now is called the Iris, and it came in either rose colored or blue color, and just great time-only clock that I love. The problem is that these clocks tend to have problems with the mirrored portion. All right, and basically there's two problems. One, the mirrored portion is chipped, or two, the mirrored portion is scratched, and it just makes the clock look kind of nappy. So I'm not going to be talking about the chips in this video. I want to address that in a different video. In short, that's a big chip right there. Chips can be fixed using clear epoxy, just right out of the store, like clear Gorilla epoxy, whatever. All right, but I'm going to talk about the mirror part. So when we're looking at this one, which is in really bad shape, the problem is all this lost paint back here is going to give it this beat up look. And you know, if that's not what you want, what are you going to do about it is a question. So I'm going to tell you right now that you can remirror these things. It's called resilvering. There's a guy on eBay who rehabilitates Telechron clocks. He's awesome. He actually resilvers these clocks. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that because I've never done it. From what I understand, it's really expensive. You got to practice the technique to get it right. So kind of beyond the scope of what I think most people are doing. What I'm going to talk about in this video is something that you can do to improve the look of one of these glass clocks without spending too much money. Say you got something like this, was grandma's, and you know, there's a couple of places where it's chipped out there, and you just would like for it to look nice. So that's what we're talking about. So the first thing is what you have to do, of course, is disassemble the clock and take this glass piece. Now, luckily for us, the glass is actually colored. So the rose-colored glass, the glass is rose-colored. Anything attached to the glass doesn't change the color of the glass. So, and the blue-colored glass, same thing. So our first step is to take it apart and just take this piece of glass right here. And what we need to do is we need to get this paint off of it. This is all paint right here. This brass color is actually paint. So this is actually the way that I get paint off of clocks that have been painted in a way I don't like, or that they're just scruffy and I want them to look better. So what I do is I have a plastic tub, and I bought a bunch of these at Walmart. It's just nothing but DOT3 brake fluid. And it's very common brake fluid, probably most common, and not that expensive. Put it in a plastic bin, and then I just take the parts that I want to strip the paint off of, and put them in there. And this right here, these are both 5H61 forts. And you can see what happened. This one was like this. I put it in the tub with the brake fluid. You got to leave it there for at least a day. Usually 2 days is usually the best amount of time. What will happen in the brake fluid is the paint will just dissolve. And what I'll do is go in there after about 2 days with a toothbrush, a regular old toothbrush I'm not using anymore, and just go like that, and the paint just falls off of it. Then I rinse it off with water, and then I've got something clean to go ahead and repaint however I want. So that's the first step, is get some brake fluid DOT3 brake fluid, put that piece of glass in there and get that brass colored paint off the back. Okay. Then the next thing is you're going to be left with something that looks like this. Okay, this happens to be a blue iris. Okay, and I've gotten now that brass colored paint by leaving it soak in the brake fluid for about 48 hours. But I still have this on there. Now to get that off of there, and that's what gives it the mirror effect, I have to get a container and get some toilet bowl cleaner like this. And this is what I use. Okay, and I just put this stuff in this container till it's over the level. Again, it's about 2 days. I gotta wait, but it'll just dissolve it and it'll just fall right off of there. And what I'm gonna be left with afterwards is just a piece of blue see-through glass. Now, you know, that's an option. Somebody wants to just reassemble it like that. That would still look cool and might be an improvement. It all depends on your personal taste. Might be an improvement on one that's all chippy and everything. But what I have done is I've then taken that piece of glass from the clock, and they sell this stuff right here. And this is, you know, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. You should be able to find it, if not on Amazon. There's more than one brand. This is called Mirror Effect. There's another brand. And basically, we can't bring back the mirror. We're not going to be able to bring back the mirror without silvering it. But we can get something that looks a little bit nicer than what we started with. So after spraying it, you follow the directions on the can, and you spray the glass with that. Then once that's dry, what I've used is this right here. This satin bronze, okay, and then I go back and spray the glass, which has the mirror effect on it, with that. And this is the result. Now, you notice this is the original, okay, that has, you know, some scuff marks on it and stuff, but you can see it's much nicer with an actual mirror. Okay, but the mirror effect is pretty close, and it can improve something that looks like this. And I don't even know if you can see how bad this thing is in the video, but yeah, it's pretty nappy looking. So this would be an improvement for something like that. Okay, maybe someday I'm gonna get into the resilvering. I'd like to, I just haven't done it yet. And this right here, both pieces on the back here were painted with this paint. Okay, so very close to what the original looked like. And like I said, you can say, well, I want mine to look better. That's, an improvement over what I got. Or you might say, I want to keep it all original and not. It's up to every individual. I enjoy trying to get them back to, where they were when they came out of the factory, and kind of even have more fun the worse off they are. But so that's an option, okay, for people at home. If you've got something, one of these GE Telechrons, it's really in bad shape with a lot of paint missing on the back, whatever, you want it to look better, that's something that you can try.